Hey, today is February 13th, 2018. I make one of these every day. This is the Joe Gonzo video blog. I do this every day. It's more like a video diary. The majority of the time, these are either on private or nobody watches them or anything. I have them under an alias, Joe Gonzo, so it doesn't interrupt with anything else that I'm doing online or anything. These are for either unedited. They end when they just end because I do this on this $10 camera, and it just ends like because it's the camera. I mean the $10 phone that I got at Target. It's a $10 cell phone that I got at Target like 2 years ago. The screen's cracked. It barely works and everything. But that $10 phone, I've made hundreds of video blogs. I've posted hundreds, thousands of pictures on Instagram. So I've done a lot with that. Very resourceful. That's the whole point of it. But it's so full of information that I just delete a little bit, and there's like a few minutes left, like anywhere from 2 to 10 minutes sometimes, I guess. I think there's about 5 minutes left on it today. But I was going to try to quickly say about the worst job, one of the worst jobs I've ever had. I've had hundreds of jobs. But by the way, like I said, this is the Joe Gonzo. It's pretty easy to remember Joe Gonzo. If you're like, what is this guy? What is this guy talking about? Who is he? What does he do? If you want to know more about me, I have other channels and stuff that are very interesting. There's a lot about me. My first book has come out. It's a Gonzo Education. It also has Gonzo in the title. This is Joe Gonzo. My Instagram is Gonzo Oahu. I'm in Hawaii right now on the island of Oahu. Gonzo Oahu. Okay, but anyways, so Gonzo here. Gregory's my name. Or Joe Gonzo, actually, that's not my name. Joe Gonzo, but Gonzo. Alright, anyways, one of the worst jobs I had, I was talking about the brick catcher, was a terrible job. But I also had a terrible job that was just bad and evil that I shouldn't have never worked. And that was after I graduated from college from the University of Texas. I literally applied like 500 places, not a single place called me back. I did have all these crazy YouTube videos up, so anybody that typed in my name, they would see all these like, weird videos and stuff. And at that time, it was during the recession, and it was very bad, hard for anybody to get a job anywhere, you know. And so the only two places I could get a job was this shady ass company where we called people and tried to get them to visit timeshares and shit. It was like evil, like the devil worked there. It was like the devil's company or something. And then the other job, it wasn't evil, but it was dressing up as Luigi or Yoshi, actually, from the Mario video game, when it was like 110 degrees out during summer, and with a sign and like, come to the video game store, the video game store, the video game store. You know, that was terrible. Oh, I can't cuss on this. This isn't my family-friendly channel. I started a new family-friendly channel, which has no cursing and everything, and it's just me telling family-friendly jokes and reading classical literature. It's called Family Friendly Jokes and Classical Literature. That's what it's called. Type it into the access bar, Family Friendly Jokes. That thing is the best I'm proud of. But anyways, I tell 25 jokes a day. So if I do that for 100 days, I'll have 2,500 jokes. That's a damn good list about jokes. It only takes a few minutes, and I actually enjoy doing it. So I'm learning all these jokes in the process, so it's good. This video blog, Joe Gonzo, what I'm doing here, this is just like to display my ability to talk and shit, but it's also just the most truest, honest, rawest thing that I'm doing. But anyways, about that terrible job. So the only job I could get was this thing, and like it was in the basement of some building, like somewhere in West Campus, like so shady, and everybody worked there like had sold their soul to the devil. They were like all evil, like the management and stuff. And like what we did was like whenever you're in the mall and there's like a big car or a big sign that says fill out this thing and you win this car, then you put your information and then you put it in a little box, you know. What it really does is those boxes come to us, and we got all these things that we filled out. Then we call them up, these people that fill out these cards. I'm like, hey, and even though they fill out like to try to win a car or something, we're like, hey, you just won a trip to Las Vegas. All you have to do is come out to this timeshare, and we read this thing about you've won a luxury cruise, and we read this thing. To get this cruise, all you do is come to this address out in the middle of nowhere in San Marcos, and you look at the timeshares out there. And once you do a tour, from our guided tour, which is supposedly like these high intense salespeople with pressured salesmen, I was like, buy this $1,000, give me the money, old lady, give me the checkbook, old granny, give me it. And she's like, no, it isn't my savings. Give me that, give me the pen, sign here, bitch, sign. You know, like I can just picture these guys. I've never met them or anything, but we're in the office and we call these people paper straight from the box. Then we got all these papers. It's so shady. Like they were trying to win a fucking SUV or something. But it's like, yes, Mr. Johnson, you've won your SUV. You just need to come and visit this timeshare. Or no, we don't tell you won the SUV. Oh, you didn't win the SUV, but you did win a consolation prize of a 3-day and 4-day night trip to Las Vegas, Nevada. When we described the trip and the thing. And like I did this like 1,000 times, but I'm too real, I guess. I had no success there. I've had so much success at sales jobs, and I was trying this one, but not a single person would like get it. But once again, it was like working for the evil people. Like there was this one guy that worked there. He was like 4 feet tall or something. He was like the manager or something. He was just like staring at me the whole time. Nothing against short people or anything, but some short people just hate tall people for some reason. They just look at you like the first thing they say is like, "Oh, nice to meet you. You're tall. You're tall and I'm not. God stretched you out." A lot that's happened so many times, like more than a dozen times. Like right when I meet somebody that's exceeding a dude that's extremely short, the first thing he says is like, "Oh, hi, my name's Greg." Hi. Before they even say their name, it's like, "You're tall." You know, like I may not be tall, but I got other things going for me. Tall guy. You know, how's the weather up there? It's just like, fuck off, little man. Fuck you. I don't know you. But anyways, this fucking like hater guy, he just like looked all evil too. He was just like sit behind me and just stare at me during the shift and everything. One thing I remember that creeped him out a lot was, that creeped me the fuck out a lot was like I was just sitting there and like there was a couple like younger girls that worked there too, and I was the oldest one there, but they didn't know, I guess.